Consideration of H.R. 2965. The clerk will report the title of the bill.
To amend the Small Business Act with respect to the Small Business Innovation Research Program and the Small Business Technology Transfer Program and for other purposes.
I ask unanimous consent that the bill is in its entirety be open for amendments at this time. Does any member seek recognition for the purpose of offering an amendment? Mr. Akin.
Madam Chair, I have an amendment at the desk.
The clerk will report the amendment.
Amendment to Amendment to H.R. 2965 offered by Mr. Akin. At the end of section.
I ask unanimous consent that the amendment be considered as read without objection to order.
Thank you.
The gentleman is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This amendment is designed to limit the involvement of the Office of Advocacy in the operation of the programs that we're reauthorizing today, including the SBIR, STTR, and FAST programs. I'm concerned that recent actions by the current administration demonstrate an effort to limit the primary statutory responsibilities of the Office of Advocacy. The legislative history of the office makes it clear that the office is an independent voice in the federal government for small business and not an advocate for policies of the President, the Director of the Office of Management, the Budget, or the SBA Administrator. The President has nominated an individual to be Chief Counsel with apparently stellar credentials in the fields of venture capital and technological innovation, but with no experience in the regulatory process or in advocating on federal policy issues that affect small business. I'm concerned that the Office of Advocacy's primary responsibility will move from advocating on behalf of small businesses, especially in the context of regulatory matters, and into providing advice to the administrator on the SBIR, STTR, and FAST programs. My amendment ensures that the Office of Advocacy will not become an alternative Office of Technology, the Office of the SBA that runs the SBIR, STTR, and FAST programs. This is not an ideal solution to ensure that the Office of Advocacy remains an independent voice on behalf of small business, but given the narrow scope of the legislation before the committee, it's the only viable solution at this time. I'd like to work with the chairwoman on developing a more comprehensive solution to ensuring that the Office of Advocacy maintains its status as an independent federal voice for small business concerns. I urge my colleagues to support this amendment. And, Madam Chair, just to say that a couple of years ago I was chairman of a subcommittee. We had a Republican administration, and we passed legislation in a bipartisan way to try to create a tremendous independence in this Office of Advocacy. And I think that was when Mr. Sullivan was in charge of it. And you think about it, you got one poor guy fighting every bureaucrat in the city of Washington, D.C., but it is important to have somebody that has a tremendous independence and a zeal to try to protect small businesses from over-regulation and just writing rules and regulations that hamper small business and ruin the creation of jobs and prosperity. So I thank the chairman for recognizing me. I would urge the adoption of the amendment. I yield back. Okay.
The chair has been working with Mr. Akin, and at this point we are willing to accept Mr. Graves this amendment.
Thank you.
The question is on the Akin amendment. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. The ayes have it, and the amendment is agreed to.